In the abundant talent pool of Indian cricket, we often believe and think that you have to start very early to make it to the top. But our guest today is someone who epitomizes what late bloomer is. She started her cricket early, but got her recognition at a comparatively later stage. She took the cricket world by storm in her WPL debut for Royal Challengers Bengaluru, and since has gone on to represent India as well. Welcome today, our guest, Miss Asha Sobhana. Asha, welcome to One India. Michael, thank you for giving this time. How are you?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm doing great.
Asha, you started with very humble beginnings in Kerala, and from there you have reached at this level, and you've represented RCB in the WPL. You played for India. Just let take us through to your journey as from your childhood to becoming an India cricketer.
It was a difficult start for me in the beginning, where I started my cricket in my hometown, Trivandrum. And luckily, by the grace of God, I had people around me who supported me throughout my career and my life. So that is the reason I'm sitting here right now at the moment. So feeling so humbled and grateful towards uh, those things people have done for me in the past. I mean, when I was starting my cricket career. So it was difficult, but yeah, better late than never. I'm glad that I made it to the Indian team.
Many may not know that you started your career as a fast bowler, and from there you transitioned to become a leg spinner. So, how did it happen? What was the impact? What was the factor behind you this transition to become a spinner from a fast bowler?
Yeah, I was a fast bowler when I started playing because I used to play in paper bowl as a leg spinner. It used to turn so much in our gully cricket. So when I came to my first trials for the district team, I was scared that what if it doesn't spin the cricket ball, the leather ball? What if it doesn't spin like how I want to be? How I want it to spin. Then I decided that I'll just run and bowl. That was at that time I thought that is the easiest thing I can do. And I just ran and bowled fast from the I was selected to the district team. And then from there onwards, I didn't tell anybody that I can spin the ball. Then I continued bowling fast. Then there was a time where we finished our practice and we were all tired. That is the time I thought I cannot run and bowl anymore. I'll take some time for myself break. Then I was just standing and bowling leg spin. That is the time our late Sri Kumar sir saw me bowling from far actually. Then he came towards me and asked, "What are you doing?" I said, "Sir, I was tired. That's the reason I'm bowling leg spin." He's like, "Okay, from now onwards, you're gonna bowl only leg spin." So I was like so relieved. I don't have to run so much. This is something that I am doing at home also. So yeah, I can continue this at this place also. I was very happy.
There was a time that you wanted to probably quit your career, you wanted to move forward, you were not sure whether cricket is the right path for you, but then that dream RCB debut that is etched in our memories happened, and you announced yourself, to be honest, to the world. Has that memory sunk in yet? Or is it still very vivid in when you look back?
Oh, that was some moment in my life. I mean, one of the greatest moments in my life that I was picked by RCB in WPL. That is the reason I was recognized by many and got into the Indian side. So I always grateful to the franchise and the WPL setup. I mean, because of WPL, only so many people are, if you take for an example, Sajana, everybody knows about Sajana. She's a cricketer and all, but we're not sure about her capabilities until she scored that six in the last delivery. So that is the major changes WPL made in domestic players' life. Me, Sajana, Saima Thakur. and many to come actually. Many to come. All these under 19 players we saw, Kranti Gaud coming and playing. So this WPL drastically, I think, changed everybody's life, and it's going to change. It's gonna stay there. So grateful to that setup. And coming to the Indian side, it was a dream come true moment for me. I think so many people came and told me that you're gonna make it to the Indian side at very young age. So I was also expecting that from my 16 or 17 years. Yeah, by the time of my 20 years, I have to make it to the Indian side. That was, and as a youngster, anybody would wish to play for India. So when that didn't happen, yeah, I was little sad and all, but yeah, I knew that someday it will definitely happen. It's not going to, it's not something that I cannot achieve, but it was possible with only WPL. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, coming into the International Women's Day that is going to be celebrated on 8th March across the globe. Just want to ask you something that may look a bit of a sensitive thing, because we designate this particular day for the women's, and when it comes to the other 364 days of the calendar year, we see atrocities. We see women getting raped, women getting murdered, they getting tortured for dowries, and many other, a plethora of atrocities that they endure. So what is your message regarding that? Because we speak a lot of big things for this day, we share a lot of words on social media, but when it comes to execution properly, perhaps we still fail as a society. So your thoughts on that?
It's very sad, to hear. I mean, so many rape cases, no matter what age it is, it's keep happening. That is very sad to hear and see those things. But as a woman, I think all we can do is that to be strong. That is one thing that we can uh, become, and more physically also. As a sports person, I think everybody should exercise and everybody should know at least one martial arts. That's
Yeah.
what I feel. Everyone should know, if somebody come against you, at least you should know how to block or give a slap. I think should every woman should know something. They should maintain their mental and physical health. That is one way that we can give something back when somebody come against us. I think that is something that even I see that if any kids are in my home, I encourage them to take up any sports they would love to, but at the same time, any kind of one martial arts you should learn. That is not just to fight with somebody, but for your self protection.
So Asha, if you just come back to your journey, you have had the struggle at the early stages, but your parents, they have been supportive along the way for you. So how much bigger impact they had in your life growing as a kid in Kerala, and now that you have seen it all, you've reached at the very high of your journey. How do you describe that?
Those were the golden days, when we don't know that the professional cricket is there, and we don't know anything about the professional cricket. Before that, I think those were the golden days. I always remember that me and my brother go in and check for newspapers. We collect it, we arrange some rubber bands, and when we wrap it up with the milk packets, those were amazing and golden days. I always love to keep those memories with me. And of course, it was very difficult, but it was those moments gives me immense of joy actually, because it's not about, I don't believe in that when you have everything, if anybody gonna do anything. But when you don't have anything, still you keep on doing the things you love to do. I think that is where your passion comes to place. So that way I feel I'm so blessed. Those humble beginnings are gonna make you stronger. I mean, mm, those humble moments are which made Asha Sobhana. Yeah. So those days where I remember that struggled for bus fares and for clothings, for bats, for shoes. I was so lucky that I had many people around me to help me out. If you take my seniors, my coach, Aaron Joe Thomas, my mentor, late Shabina Jacob ma'am, and my seniors, everybody were there for me to help me out in different phase of my life. My parents, especially, they didn't have so much to give me if you talk about cricket equipment, shoes, or something. But morally, they were there. Whatever they could give, they always give. It's not like they had something and they didn't help me. They always helped me with whatever they could possibly do. I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, coming back to cricket, you have played for RCB, you have represented the Indian women's team, and you have kind of been in close quarters with Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, two of the probably the biggest stars of Indian women's cricket right now. So, how have you seen them in person at such close quarters? What are the things that they do differently, or anything that you may have picked up from them?
They are like very professional cricketers, you know. They're elite cricketers who any youngsters can admire about their work. And it's been great playing under both of them actually, Smriti in RCB and Paji, Harry Paji in Indian team. I know them, and they've been very supportive. To be frank, both my debuts were amazing. Playing under Harry Paji and playing under Smriti also made it so special winning the RCB Cup. So I have a very good connection with both of them, and both are great, amazing. As a person also, Smriti is very kind. You know, Smriti is a very good person.
Human
That
being.
in yeah, whatever I have in my mind, I'll just go and speak to Smriti, and she's very supportive. Yeah, and Paji also, we were there in railways together long back, and we know each other very well. She's a very gem of a person.
Yeah.
Harry Paji is a gem of a person. She is amazing human being.
But in terms of Indian women's cricket, if you see when it comes to, just crossing the final bridge, we have struggled, we have failed, we haven't been able to cross that final hurdle in many finals of the World Cup and other competitions. So where do we lack? Do you think that there is some mentality issue where we lack to, act when the adversities are there?
I don't think anything like that. It's depends on that particular day. Where we saw we have beaten Australia in number of times, but very few times that we lost against them. So I don't think about the mentality of the players right now. At the time, I think the team is really uh, in a really great shape. If you talk about mindset, if you talk about physical health, we have completely changed our patterns. We are very disciplined, to be frank, about our fitness, about our diet, and whatever you take, we are. I don't think we are lacking in anything, and even mindset also. Where you
Yeah, again, coming back to the WPL debut that you had, a dream debut with RCB. But I'm just going to shift a bit from cricket here. I'll just talk about the celebration that you had after that stellar spell and the spectacles on the eyes. And can you just give an account of that celebration? Because I know what the reason is, but probably you can share it to the world.
so you know, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
from Trossard
it's a
inspiration. Yeah, he's a great footballer. I mean, uh, he, he comes in the last moment and he put that crucial goal and go.
We all have our inspirations, we all have our connections, but for you as a cricketer, who has been your biggest influential, not just as a cricketer, but who has inspired you to become a better human, probably from whom you have learned the basics of life or the things that you have implemented in your career?
There are so many cricketers I can talk about. growing up, but there is one person that who inspired me taking up cricket as a profession. That is Sachin Tendulkar, sir. I mean, we used to make that, coconut wood bat. We'll just cut those wood and make bat, and we would just write MRF behind that bat, or with sketches and all. We used to bat like that. That's how we admired Sachin Tendulkar, sir. He's been a great inspiration from the start, and still, uh, there is no one like Sachin Tendulkar. He's Sachin Tendulkar. So, Sachin Tendulkar sir has been a greatest inspiration, and there are few sports personalities. Cristiano Ronaldo has been a great inspiration throughout my life. I mean, the way he came up, uh, I mean, from that level where he started and where he's standing at the moment, and the way his dedication, his work ethics, everything's been. I mean, I'm a great fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'd like Kobe Bryant. I'm not a big follower of NBL or basketball, but yeah, uh, recently I read something about Kobe Bryant, and the way his Mamba mentality really helped me. I mean, uh, that that is something that we can talk about a lot about Kobe Bryant. Kind of mentality we should have as a sports person. So I really admire his work. He's not with us anymore, but yeah, his legacy always stays. I mean, in our heart. So these people, and growing up, I was a great fan of Rahul Dravid sir, Anil Kumble sir, Stuart McGill. But right now, I like Joe Root. He's one of the greatest. I mean, test batter. In my eyes, I mean, he's one of the greatest batters. I love Joe Root very much. His batting is amazing. A big fan of Joe Root, actually. Yeah, these are the people
Yes.
I always look up to. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for
Thank you so
inviting me,
much.
and I had a good time. Thank you.
Don't miss out. Log on to oneindia.com for more updates.